Greetings, YouTube. It's Matt from the Green Arcade. We're still in loading mode. It'll come up there in just a second. It's slowly loading. Technology does not love us this morning. Whether it be the Farm Sim game, there it is. Whether it be my circuit breakers, what could be next? I don't even like to think about it. Alright, let's get back in here and see where we are at. Shadow's okay. He's still walking around the yard here. Alright, so I don't think we lost too much. I am gonna have to move that combine though. I have a feeling. Yep. Now I know which road to take. Huh? Oh, here comes Fuzzy. Yeah, next it could snow like it is up there for you, right, Twitchy? Twitchy's getting snow. Y'all can keep that. We're good for the rest of the December, I think. I saw the forecast. Other than these next few days, getting closer to Christmas and the rest of the month, we're supposed to be like above normal. Our winter, like really bad winter weather, usually doesn't come until January through March, sometime in that time frame. So anytime between January and March, that's like our hurricane season. If we're gonna get, like an ice storm or a big snowstorm or anything like that, which it's rare, but if we're gonna get it, it's gonna happen somewhere in that time window. We will never have a white Christmas. I can tell you that much right now. If we're gonna have anything white, it's gonna be probably in January or February. Now let's see, there's the highway right there. I was gonna say, Canada, if you live in Canada, that's probably like all the time, right? You have snow. You're gonna have snow pretty much every year. We don't have that, especially here in the deep south in the U.S. We'll have a cold rain, which I'm okay with that, as long as it stays a cold rain and doesn't turn into like sleet or snow or freezing rain, something like that. I'll say parts of Canada or most of Canada probably has a white Christmas all the time. All right, go ahead and go there, Fuzzy. You can't hear me. There you go. Nope, he didn't want to do it. Never mind. That's harder to do, backing up with this tractor, I'll say that much. A lot of people getting the white stuff. I know Buffalo, New York, I've seen the pictures and video of them getting in the lake effect snow, and the snow goes past the rooftops, which is crazy. Not that it does that every year, but just to have that amount of snow, that's just crazy to me. If I could like have it my way, and I know it's not Burger King, but if I could have it my way, I could control the weather. It would start snowing December 1st. Not enough to hinder travel or anything like that, but enough to cover the ground and the grass. And enough to stay around, and then, have it off and on, to, replenish what might have melted or something, and, just have it snow a little bit off and on. But by the time December 26th gets here, no more snow. Let it warm up enough to let it all melt. Have it all melt by New Year's. And then no more snow. Have January be cool to average temperatures. And have it be cool to average all the way up through April. And then in May, start warming things up. And then from May to August, full-blown summer. Just have full-blown summer. Okay? And then August, have it go back to, average temperatures, so like 73 degrees, not a cloud in the sky, blah, blah, blah. September, starts cooling down, leaves change colors, October, leaves still changing colors, falling off. November, leaves complete the process of falling off, changing colors, falling off. And then you run right back into December 1st where it starts snowing again. If I could control the weather, that would be how I would do it. Yeah, exactly, Jeff. Just enough to have a white Christmas. Enough that the kids can build Frosty out in the yard. Just enough that you can make some snow angels, have a snowball fight, make some snow cream. Don't eat the yellow, and just have enough to have a white Christmas. I wanna see what all those people singing about white Christmases, what it's all about. It's supposed to be a marshmallow world. I want to see a marshmallow world. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas. I'm dreaming of a white December. From December 1st to December 26th. When Christmas is over, so is the snow. It should go. It'd be gone. We got to clear all that out of here before New Year's gets here. It needs to melt and all dry up by the time New Year's Eve and New Year's Day and all that rolls around. Grab another truck. In all my years of Christmas, we had 1 year where we actually got something. It wasn't like a full-blown snow. It might have just been like a dusting, but it was enough to turn everything kind of white outside. We only had 1 year that it did that here. Wasn't enough to build a snowman, wasn't enough to do anything with. But it was enough to just kind of glaze everything with that white color. And yeah, I would love to have that where, have a white Christmas. And I'll be honest with you, the whole month of December, from December 1st through December 25th, that's Christmas. All 25 days. But as soon as the December 26th rolls around, no more, no more, no more, no more. What is that song? That's a Phil Collins song. I don't care anymore. I don't care anymore. I think that was on Grand Theft Auto 2. I don't care what you say. No more. No mo. Yeah, it's gonna get cold here too, Kimmy. I think everybody's getting that cold snap for tonight. I think it starts getting cold tonight, then tomorrow night and Monday night it gets really cold. Yeah, I'm not an affiliate or partner or anything like that. I have the numbers, I think, to do it. I just never done it. I got to the point where I was gonna do it and had some medical stuff happen, and just never got back to doing that. Just to the process of setting it up. It's probably changed by now. The whole process. Which 5 mods are must-haves for you? Is there a way to go through what's installed? I will say the Brooks would be one of the top ones, definitely in the top 5. The Oxbow. I like this this windrower, this merger. When it came out, it's one of the, I think if it's not the largest, it's one of the larger ones. And if you are merging straw, if you're merging grass, whatever, hay, this is the one to go with. So I'd say that'd probably be in my top 5. Probably the AGI grain dryer. I would say that. That's fantastic. Now you got to have propane for that. So if you have some method of doing that, which we have one, probably that, the propane stuff. So you need the propane for this dryer, so you can dry corn, you can dry, you know, soybeans, you can dry, you know, basically most of your crops. So then I'd have to say probably the propane tanks too. Those right there. This doesn't show everything that's in here, I don't think, but there's our propane setup. So this does water, propane, and diesel. And it's this little station that runs on solar power. And then you can get your propane from it. It's like 38 grand or something like that to build. Trying to think what else. There's a lot of stuff that's not listed here. I'd say, you know, when we get to the vegetable part, probably this machine right here. This is the sugar beet machine, Ropa machine, but this also does all the vegetable stuff. And this does have a capacity at least on it, so it will hold a certain capacity of vegetables. The headers. I didn't see those. The MacDon header pack. That would be in my top 5. I don't see them in this list though. This front tank is pretty good if you're using liquid fert. Yeah, I don't see the MacDon headers. I think everything would be alphabetical. Maybe I just passed them. Oh, I did just pass them. There they are. So yeah, the MacDon headers there. Definitely got to have the MacDon headers. I don't know. Is that 5? I think that's 5. But here's that little fuel station right here. This does, again, it does water, it does propane, it does diesel. It's basically like just a little refinery. Got everything set up for it. These little lamps light up at night on the fence. And then I'd have to say probably the, if I had to pick a last one, if I'm not already over the 5, probably the enhanced vehicle mod. Really like that enhanced vehicle mod. There's some other ones that are like convenience mods. Like the, do the peas with the in-game harvesters, peas and green beans with the in-game harvester. Doing the grass with the MacDon, being able to use the larger MacDon header. Do you use a power washer? Just the in-game one if I have one. Normally I don't wash all my equipment. Usually the rain comes in and does it. Yeah, that wasn't the full list. I don't feel like that was the full list. It didn't seem like the full list anyway. No. The equipment breaks down. Doesn't matter if you wash it or not. That's not a thing. Now I will say you need to keep your equipment repaired, especially like your harvesters and stuff like that, because if that stuff gets low enough on the repair scale, at least it did in, I think it did in 22 maybe, and it's probably the same way here in 25. If your harvesters are not repaired, it does affect the yield. I know you get to a certain point with your tractors, you know, they'll slow down, they'll, you know, not operate at peak efficiency. So make sure you keep your equipment. I'm going to pull right here. I want to see if that strip goes away. That is not flat. Huh? All right, let me take a look at everything that's about to be ready. We don't have any fields that are like about to be ready other than the rice down there. And we've got 2 months to harvest that. Yeah, we can harvest that in August and September. I'm going to go ahead and get us to double checking the peas. Yeah, the peas we can harvest anytime from July through September. So I am going to get us through July here. And just get us to August to see if that strip finishes growing. Is anything on sale first? Anything great? Yeah, I don't know about that picker rod. It's good. It's a good deal, but I would almost rather have the stripper that we've got. There's some sheds. Yeah, I've seen the sheds that have the repair stuff. But I've got another one. I carry my toolbox with me when I need to repair a vehicle. So basically, I can just walk up to it and open the toolbox and bada boom, bada bing, and just repair it right here. I keep a 10mm socket wrench in my pocket. Alright, I'm going to sleep and we will go to August. Yes, that is a mod. That is available in the mod hub, actually. The in-game mod hub. That is mobile repair. Got a picture of a tractor and like a wrench in the picture. Pretty sure it's called mobile repair. So yeah, it's like stuff like that. You know, that's not under like the installed. There's a lot of gameplay mods that don't show up here. So there's probably several of the gameplay ones that I would definitely looking to see if there was anywhere else where it might show that stuff. This just shows branded stuff, yeah. Alright, anything on sale? No, it's pretty much the same stuff that was there. Quality of life mods. I like the way you put that. Quality of life mods. If you don't have quality of life, it ain't worth doing, right? It's raining, oh no. A four-wheeler on sale. Alright, I'm gonna get us to the next one. Should be August. Get us out of this rain too. Oh, sounded like we got a little hail there for a second. Sounded like hail. Hail, we've got hail. I gotta go, Julia. We got cows. Oh man. Are you kidding? More hail? How long is that gonna last? It says the sun's supposed to be shining right now though. Oh. It ain't one thing, it's another. I'm gonna fast time a little bit. Alright, hail is ending. Okay. Back to 1. There we go. Alright. Check the sales again. Yeah. Alright. Where's that truck? There it is. Alright, so that did finish. So the strip is gone there. It's not gone on whatever these fields are. So there's carrots there, and then the poppy field down here. Yeah, poppy field, it finished down there. So I guess it just depends on the crop and its growth rate, maybe. because this field, what is that in? Red beets? That one is still growing, so that one's okay though. You can harvest red beets from August through November, so there's no danger of you losing the entire crop. Just gotta wait. I don't know why it does that though. I don't know what the yield is on peas, but we're about to find out. No, that's actually a mod that's available again in the in-game mod hub. That's the mod where you can harvest peas and green beans with a regular grain header harvester. So you can use any harvester that you want as long as you have that mod installed. It's one of those quality of life mods, as Bravo Chick put it. Matter of fact, gonna look up here. Here's a green bean field up here. How much is that? I don't know that we can afford that. 1.7 million. No, we can't really afford that. Maybe next time. I've already spent a lot on equipment and other fields and the island down there. We're gonna have plenty of wood chips though. We'll have enough wood chips to sell stuff. I got a lot more trees to go around and cut. It just looks cold outside looking at my cameras. Yeah, showing the vehicle stats down there in the bottom left. That's the inspector mod. It's called Simple Inspector. It's in the in-game mod hub for PC only. Yeah, that green beans and peas mod. That's a great one. And then the rice mod, where you can plant rice with a in-game seeder. You can do rice or the long grain rice, of course. You don't have to flood the fields. You can just plant it, and then you can use the one that we use. I'm trying to remember, there's two of them in the mod hub. I think it was the newest one. It enables it to where you can harvest the regular rice with an in-game harvester. So you can use, the John Deere harvester. You can use whichever one, like this, like that has the grain header on it. You can harvest the regular rice. I think one of them's just called maybe like plant rice or something with in-game seeder or planter or something like that. The other one is actually, I think it's called the Rice Harvest Mod, if I remember right. I don't know where this guy's going or what he's doing, but he's trying to figure life out, I think. Is our rice ready down there? It should be. Yep, our rice is ready. Like we might have missed a little bit down there. Yeah, I may have to do some smoothing right in here. Guess the cedar missed a little bit. Yeah, this hill, it may have just been too steep for that cedar. I'll come back in and maybe take out a few of these trees right here and run that smoother through here. That should fix that. But yeah, this rice is ready. You know what? I haven't checked this tower to see if one of them collectibles is in it. I've got maybe 1 or 2 collectibles that I have not found. I have looked high and low, left and right. And I have not found it yet. See anything in here? Check the tower down there on the island. Didn't find anything down there either. Yeah, there's nothing up here. Well. Good view of our rice field, though. Whee! Yeah, it's the rice harvest mod is the one. Alright, and this guy's cutting the peas. Yeah, thinking back to some of those quality of life mods, I think reduced what is it called? Reduced wear. So your vehicles don't need repair as much. I think that's still one that we've downloaded and used. The realistic beacons mod. you know, you don't think of that one as being like a necessity, which it's really not, but it does make the beacons more realistic. So when you have, you know, your beacons on the tractor, if they're flashing at the same time, they keep flashing at the same time in the game. The realistic beacon mod, what that does is it makes one just slightly faster than the other. So they're constantly changing their like frequency of how they flash. So one second they'll be flashing together, the next second they'll be switching. They'll be what's the right word? They'll be opposite. So you have a left, right, left, right, left, right, and sometimes you'll have, you know, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, and then eventually it'll be both, and then just kind of it swaps around. It just makes it a lot better. I think this tractor has the rotating beacons. Yeah, so you can see the beacons. See, they're both flashing, and it kind of changes. It kind of oscillates. And that's how it is. I mean, they don't stay in sync in real life. I'd say that was a good decision getting this 16 meter hitter. Yeah, out of phase, yeah. Yes, I do use AI. Quite a bit. Especially when it comes to plowing the ground, or because a lot of times we'll harvest the fields, and then if it doesn't have any straw in it or anything that we need to pick up, we'll come in, we'll fertilize with some solid fert, and then we'll come in with a plow and plow that solid fert in. And when we plow it, that makes it to where we don't have any weeds. So that eliminates the necessity of having herbicide. Kind of reduces the cost of it. And the best way to plow a field is with, you have all these, you know, in-game plows, but you can get these tow behind plows. We like this one. This one, if you're just starting out, you can get the 6 meter plow. That'll fit on any tractor that has at least 260 horsepower. You can take it up to 9 meters, which is what we use now. You got to have 320 horsepower to run that one. But I mean, you think about it, a 9 meter width plow is pretty good. Now this does go up to 12 meters, but keep in mind when you go up to 12 meters, it's not going to look very realistic when you try to go pull under a gas station or pull in your shed or something like that, or try to park it somewhere, unless you park it out in the rain. The 9 meter, you can fit under the gas station, awnings and all that stuff, and it doesn't phase through or, anything like that. So, and you can change the color of it. Well, you really don't have to cultivate unless you just want to. Most of the in-game seeders and planters that we use, um, they have the ability to cultivate if you want to do it that way. But we usually plow ours, so our order is harvested field, so it's still got the stubble and stuff on it, so like this is right now. Come in, run the solid fert. We'll do the solid fert over this, spread that out over this. We don't do the lime. Come in, plow it, and then you're ready to plant or seed. You can do that on a plowed ground. You don't have to cultivate it. Now, if you want to cultivate it, it might be a little smoother when you go to plant or sow a field, but you don't have to. But then, yeah, I'll come in. Once you run the plow after you fert it the first time, when you go to seed or plant it, it will automatically apply that second stage of fert. So if you have a planter or seeder that does that automatically while you're seeding, it will put that second stage of fert on, and your field's ready to go after that. You don't have to worry about weeds. You don't have to worry about the fertilization states, because you've got both states on there. We don't do the lime. We don't do the stones. Yeah, you're pretty much ready to go after that. Now, I forget the process if you want to do lime. I think lime you only have to do like every 3 times, right? But you can just kind of integrate that in. I would do the fertilizer first maybe on it, and then plow it maybe, and then put the lime down, because I think you can seed over the lime. Yeah, I don't know about the seeding over lime. It's been a while since I've limed anything, so I'd have to go back and... You've always seeded and then thrown down lime? I don't know. Can you do that in real life like that? I don't know. I would think that the lime would need to go on a plowed or cultivated field. before you seeded. You know, most of the time you want to work that kind of stuff, you want to work that into the ground. We just don't do it. I know locally we don't have any issues with the soil kneading line. So it's just an extra step that we just keep it turned off. We don't do the stones either. We don't have issues with stones in the fields here. I know they do up north and probably some other places. Yeah, that's our process. Harvested field, fertilize it, plow it under. That eliminates any weed problems that you'll have with it. And then seed or plant it, and it should be good to go. You don't do stones, weeds, lime, nothing? Yeah. Yep. Again, there's no wrong way to play Farming Simulator. John from Puma Plow, he'll be coming live at noon today-ish, I think. I'm pretty sure he will. He'll tell you the same thing. There's no wrong way to play Farming Simulator. You know what would be really cool that I'd like to see? Holiday maps. That would be really neat to have like custom holiday maps where they don't have to be realistic, but they could introduce like crops that are holiday based. So you could have pumpkins for Thanksgiving, and then maybe candy, like the ingredients and stuff. You could actually make candy and, you know, do stuff like that. And then like have a map where it's like Christmas based. So it could be like Candyland. So you could have like candy cane crops, or, you know, even just if you wanted to make it realistic, you could have all the ingredients. So like peppermint and sugar and, you know, all that. Be able to make like all the different Christmas stuff, whatever it takes. I don't know what all it takes to make a lot of the stuff, but I would assume, you know, eggs, flour, chocolate, gingerbread, whatever you need for that. The icing, probably just a lot of like eggs, dairy, flour, stuff like that to make a lot of that stuff. That would be really cool. Still want to see the animated production processes, though. I hope they bring that to the game someday. It'd be really, really cool to be able to go into like your factories and stuff on Farming Simulator and actually see the process of the stuff being done. Factories and sell points. It'd be really neat. Take your wheat to the grain mill, be able to walk inside the grain mill, witness the magical process of wheat being turned into flour, whatever that process might be. However it's done in like a modern grain mill, I guess. And then, you know, seeing the products roll off the assembly line, you know, and stuff like that, and then taking the flour to the bakery and being able to go inside the bakery and watch the bread being made, watch the donuts being made, watch, cakes being made. They need to add more stuff to like the bakery and stuff. Be able to watch, dude, be able to watch pizzas being made. Oh man, I'd be there. I'd be 100% there. Take your tomatoes and your cheese and I guess your olives maybe, and the only thing we won't see is probably pepperoni and sausage and chicken and all that stuff. No, there won't be any meat products, which I still think they should do that, but they've said they're not. So. Up under where it says peas. What are you want to know what that is, Gimme? That's part of the enhanced vehicle mod. That's the other steering assist / GPS. That is for PC only. That is not in the mod hub. I want to say, where was that one at, you guys? Was that GitHub, I think? Where the enhanced vehicle mod came from? You guys, I think you guys posted it in the Puma Plow Discord mods channel, didn't you? I think you did. I think it came from GitHub. Yeah, that is the enhanced vehicle mod right there. It does. I think it does a ton of other stuff. I mainly just wanted it for the steering assist, the GPS. Yeah, GitHub. Yeah, there's a mod for most everything. Yeah, holiday crops. They could bring turkeys in the game for Thanksgiving. Wouldn't that be cool to have like Easter egg collectibles? You could literally go on an Easter egg hunt. It'd just be really neat to have like a map dedicated to that, or a mod dedicated to that, to where they enabled a lot of stuff like that. Like, so you could have an Easter egg hunt on Easter. You could have turkeys on Thanksgiving, and it could be like how the pigs are now. You just load your turkeys up and sell them somewhere. It doesn't have to show like the process of them becoming a butterball. Just have them to where you can raise them like the chickens, kind of. And then, now that they've added iron ore and ironworks into the game, I added that with the Silver Run map back in the day. Who's to say we couldn't have gunpowder, for fireworks? You could do fireworks for the 4th of July. We could mod that in. I don't know that whole specific process. I probably need to watch a YouTube video about that. but I would imagine it comes probably from some type of mining operation, right? Do you guys know? Do you guys know where fireworks come from? I really don't know. It's gunpowder. Doesn't gunpowder come from mining something? There's like probably a specific process to it. Yeah, you can make fuel. I was really excited that Giants actually put in the mining part on Silver Run. So you could do the iron ore, load it up, take it to the furnace place to make the metal rolls and stuff. And you could actually, on that map, you could build your own boat. I think you can build your own boat on this one. You can do the roller coaster here, just like on Silver Run, and you can do, I think, the boat. I need to go find that. It's down there around the lake somewhere. Well, there you go. Gunpowder is charcoal, sulfur, and potassium nitrate. All stuff that comes from mining, right? Yeah, there are some maps that have coal and gold. And probably more than that now. I remember the Yukon map that we played back on, gosh, what was that, 19 or 22? The Yukon map, you could do a lot of that stuff. It had a coal mine, it had a gold mining operation, and I think the later version, I want to say that was 19 when we did that. I could be wrong. Might have been 22. But I know there's a later version of the Yukon where they added in like the pipeline. So you can do like oil, like crude oil and stuff. There we go. Well, I guess I need to put that truck in the field over here. Better just stop him and fill it up on the edge over there. Does that fill with peas? Will peas go in that? I can't remember. See if they do. Well, pea me a river. They do go in there. Look at that. Would you look at that? Just look at it. Them peas are going in that grain cart right there. What is the sugar beet chopper for? So you can do chopped sugar beets for making silage, I believe. Pretty sure that's what that's for. Is that under sugar beet technology? Or is that under? It's got. There's a cutter out there somewhere. Vegetables, root crops, consumables. You know what? That's not under there. That might be under miscellaneous. No, it's not under miscellaneous. What is it under? Is it under front loading tools? Front loader. There it is. Yeah. There you go. There's the fly goal version of it. Yeah, they go in the biogas plant. So I guess they, I don't know the whole process, whether they have to ferment like silage or. Yeah, that's why you need to try to keep your, especially your harvesters, you want to keep those repaired. Definitely. This harvester right now is good to go. I don't know about the other one. There it is. Yeah, it's good to go. This one's still pretty new, so. Matter of fact, I'm gonna bring it down there and help that guy out. This thing has a very unique whine to it. Hear it? Cut sugar beets are worth more than not. Yeah, I know that the biogas wants them. That direction does not match. Here we go. And this is going to leave a little bit there because the outside was cut with a 14.5 meter header and this one's being cut with a 16 meter header, so going to be a little offset there, but we'll knock this out quicker. Yeah, you don't want to harvest in the rain. They used to stop when it started raining. They stopped doing that back in 22, I think. Now they keep going, and they'll still harvest in the rain, and you can still harvest in the rain yourself if you want to, but you do lose a lot of the yield. Yeah, I think it changes. I think it'll change if you're out there harvesting and it starts raining. It doesn't matter if it's raining. If that little sunlight icon up there is changed over to the rain icon, then it's gonna automatically count against you. Now you can stop, fast time to get back to when it's not raining, and then you should be good to go. But yeah, it'll definitely count against you. Yeah, you'll have to go out and fire your AI guys. Yeah, Stevie did a good job on this map. Definitely feels like what Riverbend really probably should have been from the start. Very enjoyable. And no, I don't have a poplar field. That's another good way of being able to do wood chips if you have the forage harvester and the header. Are we under attack or anything? The United States is calling my phone. Are we under attack or something? I don't know, it's probably spam. Yeah, you have the mulcher you can do with this version too. You can mulch. There's a lot of the little extra stuff that only counts for like 0.5 or 1% or maybe 1.5% of the yield, like mulching and rolling and stuff. And then it's if you want to do all that, you know, more power to you. That's literally what it just said. It said United States for the caller ID. Oh, you're talking about the forestry mulcher. Okay. I thought you were talking about like the field mulcher. So you have the field mulcher that does like the crop stubble. And then you have the forestry mulchers, which has like the actual like metal or steel teeth on the front of it that you can go in and take stumps out and basically chew through everything. I think it has the option where you actually can plow the ground up too. I think, or maybe it does automatically, or you can enable that function that it'll plow the ground up too. side he's gonna go to? He's up there. I'm just gonna start cutting. I don't know where he's gonna go. I'm assuming he's gonna go on that side. I'll just cut a pass kind of out here in the middle. Till I see where he's gonna go. That is a weird angle. I guess because the field is curved, maybe up here. Yeah, he's straightening out now. Alright, have fun shoveling the snow. I think what I'm going to do is I need to decide where I'm going to build the greenhouses back at. Because you know you can do carrots in the greenhouses now. Or better yet, just find a field where I want to plant some carrots. And then get that machine that harvests them. And then I'm going to put a field near that has peas in it, and then anytime somebody asks me, well, what have you got planted over there, I'll be like, that's where I've got my peas and carrots planted. Jenny and me, we like peas and carrots. Alrighty, I'll be here. Make sure you hit the follow button. We're normally here 7 a.m. Saturday and Sunday mornings, 7 a.m. Central Time. Check out Puma Plow too if you haven't already. Puma Plow, twitch.tv/Puma Plow. We'll be raiding out to him if he comes on at noonish today. So we'll be raiding out to him today. Unless he's got something else going on. Forrest Gump. My name's Forrest Gump. People call me Forrest Gump. I always more really like the Bubba, you know. Shrimp is the fruit of the sea. Coconut shrimp, pineapple shrimp, lemon shrimp, shrimp kebabs, shrimp creole, shrimp soup, shrimp salad, shrimp sandwich, shrimp and potatoes. You can stir fry it, boil it, broil it, saute it. Uh, that's about it. Great movie. I always like to watch that movie. It's one of my New Year's playlist movies. Just because it's kind of a New Year's Eve kind of movie. You know, a lot of people have New Year's resolution. Is it resolutions? Not revolutions. Resolutions. Yeah, a lot of people have New Year's resolutions, and that one spanned over a big chunk of his life, and there's a lot of New Year's stuff in there. So yeah, I like to watch that one. It's one of the best movies out there. I might watch Back to the Future and some of them like that. Maybe Ghostbusters 2. That one took place on New Year's. Yep. I feel the same way about pizza the way Bubba felt about shrimp. I really do, because there's all kinds of pizzas. There's all kinds of pies. We had a doctor from he was from Boston, and he talked that way. He talked very Boston-y, and he said he was always, picking up dinner and stuff like that. He's like, "Hey man, you want to get a pie?" I was like, "A pie?" And okay, get this, it's not like a holiday or anything. I'm like, "Huh?" I was like, "A pie?" So it was kind of out of the ordinary. He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Yeah, you want to get a pie?" And I'm like, I mean, sure, I like pie." I was like, "What kind did you have a hankering for?" I was like, "You want a pecan pie, or you want a pumpkin pie, or an apple pie?" Or he's like, no, man. He's like, do you want a pizza pie? I was like, "Oh, a pizza." He said, yeah, man, a pie. I was like, "Oh, well, we don't really call them, pies down here in the deep south. We just call it pizza." But there is a song out there that says, "When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie," right? Isn't that the lyrics? Unless I've been singing it wrong. Wouldn't be the first time. Yeah, so there was a little bit of a dialectual confusion there. Taco stuffed crust. Yeah, here in the deep south we call it pizza too. We don't call it pie. Pie is pie, okay? If you say pie, I'm thinking pecan, pumpkin, apple, key lime, blueberry, all of that good stuff. All the good pies. If you say pizza, I'm thinking pepperoni, sausage, cheese, veggie, meat lovers, Hawaiian, barbecue, chicken. I'm going down the whole Domino's menu list, so I've got one waiting on me in there too, so I'm all set. Good to go. When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's amore. Is it pizza pie or piece of pie? When the moon hits your eye like a big... Either way, that's confusing. The moon hits your eye. I'm assuming that it's talking about like maybe like the reflection of the moon. Big pizza pie. Or piece of pie. I don't think it would be a piece of pie. I think it would be a pizza. You know what? Just for funsies, I'm gonna go look up the lyrics of that song because I've probably been singing it wrong. It is pizza. I'm being told it is pizza. It is. And the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie. That's amore. What is amore? Metaphor. The big pizza pie, moon, is a metaphor for a beautiful, round, glowing moon that makes everything seem magical and romantic, like a dream or being slightly tipsy. Hey, one more drinking song. The lyrics use vivid, playful Italian-themed imagery, pizza, wine, tarantella, dancing, to convey overwhelming joy and love. Interesting factoids. The more you know. Do-do-do-do. You know, for a while before I became educated, I always thought amore was the sauce. When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie. That's amore. Sounds like a sauce to me. I mean, you know, you think about ragu or rouse. Amore sounds like an Italian sauce. I'll be 100% honest. But it's not a sauce. I guess metaphorically it could be. But apparently it means love. But it's good to know that the song does have an Italian tie to it. And that they actually did say pizza and not piece of pie. If they said piece of pie, that might take a whole new spin on that song. That sounds like some lyrics that old Snoop, you know, D-O-double-G might sing or something, you know? Now you get that song stuck in your head. Ha ha. Now you gotta go get a pizza pie. All right. Pizza. Yep. Good for a month. Oh no. I had pizza last week and I'm good for a week. I gotta have pizza at least once a week. Alright, I'm gonna head down to the rice field. Did that other guy quit yet? He done? I think he's done. I don't think there's any more. Yeah, there's not anymore. I think he got confused because I finished the rest of it for him. Okay. Head on down to the rice field. I should have turned right there. Huh. Through the grass. Yeah, there's the mining operation. The mine and the iron furnace are right beside each other. All you need is a wheel loader. The LB180H. Or bigger. Maybe something a little bigger. I remember that huge wheel loader we had over on the Yukon map, man. That thing was... It was huge. It was the size of a house. Great big wheel loader. Oh yeah, Dick Van Dyke. Yeah, I'm glad he made it to 100. That wouldn't have been right if he only made it to 99. I'll never forget old Dick Van Dyke, him and Julie Andrews, when they did Mary Poppins. I tell you, that Mary Poppins, that Julie Andrews, you ever look at any of the old footage of her? Man, she was hot. She was what we call smoking. I don't know how old she was when around the time she did Mary Poppins, but she was pretty hot. Mary Poppins, your favorite Disney movie? Yeah, it's a great one. Part of the library of the old classic Disney movies. Can't beat them. Yeah, Betty White. I thought she was going to make it to like 110 or 115. She was 99. Was she 90 or 99 when she died? Or are you talking about Julie Andrews? Julie Andrews is 90. I was gonna say she's got to be getting up there too. Here's our corn. Yeah, she was so close. I'll say, here comes the train. Here comes the train. Do-do-do-do. Here comes the train. Do-do-do. Alright, we're harvesting the rice. He was 29 when the film came out. So filming was maybe 27 to 28. Yeah. 27, she was maybe 27, 29 years old. Yeah, that's pretty hot. Yeah, a lot of those old Disney movies. You got Mary Poppins and Swiss Family Robinson and Old Yeller and Johnny Tremaine, and they don't make them like that anymore. The old classics. You had The Parent Trap and all those 50s and 60s movies. Back when Walt actually kind of oversaw them and everything. Alright. So, we'll get this rice harvested here. We're going to go over and raid over to John's channel now. Alright, so, you guys have a good rest of your day. Make sure you stay and watch John's channel. I think he's still playing this same map. Until the next time, remember you reap what you sow. It's Matt from the Green Arcade. We'll see y'all in the next one. Have a good one.